Hi guys, welcome to Classic TV Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Before we get started, I ask you to please subscribe. Thank you very much. Today's video is on Eddie Albert from Green Acres. And in the fact that before Green Acres, Eddie Albert was a war hero. Take a look. As it turns out, Eddie Albert was much more than Oliver Wendell Douglas. He was also a hero of the United States Navy. However, it wasn't until much later in life that Albert got the recognition he deserved. In November of '43, Eddie Albert was a Navy lieutenant junior grade aboard a troop transport off the coast of Tarawa Atoll. I hope I pronounced that right. American forces were taking on heavy enemy fire, leaving the wounded nearly helpless. That is until Eddie Albert commandeered a small boat and set out on a rescue mission. He stated pulling almost drowned Americans up out of the water and into his tiny boat. When the first boat was full, Albert and his crewmate unloaded the men into nearby USS Schroeder before making a return trip to pick up more of the wounded men. In all, he made 30 trips. 1,056 men were killed in the Battle of Tarawa. Eddie Albert rescued 79. I was shot in the belly, bleeding badly, World War II veteran Dean Snyder told the Quad City Times in '97. Eddie Albert saved my life, pulling me on the little boat. The Japanese were using us for target practice. York, Pennsylvania was home to a makeshift reunion some 54 years after that fateful day. Albert was belatedly awarded the Bronze Star Medal along with official presidential citation. It was the first time Snyder had the chance to speak with his rescuers since that day. We hugged and shook hands and hit it off just swell. He's a great guy. For years, we knew Eddie Albert was one who saved all our lives, but nothing ever came of it, said Snyder. Pennsylvanian George Thomas led the efforts to ensure that the actor was properly commended. They could never find the records, so they said, Thomas remarked. In the service, Eddie's name was Eddie Albert Heimberger. They could never find an Albert to be decorated. Finally, Thomas roped in the congressman and the medal ceremony was scheduled. I was watching this fellow with binoculars from another ship that November day, said Thomas. We just saw this guy and couldn't believe how he was pulling wounded out of the water and not being killed. I believe Eddie Albert had God on his shoulder that day. And around his helping him pull those guys out. God bless him. Gives me a boatload more respect for him. Pun intended, boatload more. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget, whenever you see an old man in the store or walking down the street with his cap on, it says U.S. Navy or Marine Corps or Army or whatever, shake the man's hand, say thank you for your service. It means a lot to him, and we should do that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic rock and country music facts and trivia. Head on over there, check it out. Have a great day. God bless. Praying for you.